Welcome YouTube fans, Tim Cooper's Automotive. We've got a bank that pays us a lot of the problem cars, and this one was kind of odd. They had a bad motor, so they put an engine in it, and when they did that, they got in it, and it cranked, but it wouldn't start. When it came to me, it didn't have a battery in it, so I set a battery in it, and got a little help from a friend on this one too, but let me show you how we approached this vehicle. First thing I said, put a battery in it. It's got a clutch, push the clutch in. Oh, where did my key go? There we are. As you can see, we had no start there. Next thing I did was I had this Modus Edge that I've been using. I use the Encore. We've got a lot of these different tools depending on what you're working with, what you're used to. So I got my Modus Edge here, and the guy told me that when he plugged in the scan tool, the car started. So let's see if that's true. The diagnostic connector's under here. Let's get this thing all ID'd in here. Let's see. We'll do a scan test. We've got a Honda. Well, love those noises. Woo! Honda Civic. This auto IDs on some of the newer stuff. We've got an auto ID. So there you are. 2008 Honda Civic Coupe, 1.8 liter. I'm gonna go into that. Scan codes. Continue. Now this is going to go through every code in every module in the vehicle. And I'm not going to mention the name of the guy that helped me out on this one. But it's good to have people out there you can call when you run into stuff that you haven't run into before that's kind of weird like this. Well, just pulling all the codes. We'll wait till it gets. I've got gauge control module loss communications, a B. We got a bunch of different codes in here, but F-CAN communication failure, these kind of things going on with it. But I got the scan tool connected. Let's see if it starts. Started right up with the scan tool connected. I'm going to unplug the scan tool, and when I unplug the scan tool, it shut right off. So, talking to my helper on this thing, and he said first thing I need to check is power on pin 14 to make sure. Also, if you have a scanner that doesn't power up by itself, you can plug that in, and it'll tell you if you've got power. So you can do that with your simple little code greeter, because it's not self-powering. So let's plug this in, show you what happens. Okay, we plug that in. Light's a little bright, let me get it out of the way. As you can see, the little code greeter powered up. So that tells us we got 12 volts pin 14, and we're good there. So they had an engine put in this thing. Next thing we need to know, pins 4 and 5. Two black wires in the diagnostic connector need to be grounded. So took a paper clip. Okay, we got our paper clip and pins 4 and 5 in the diagnostic connector. I'm going to jumper those. Those are your grounds for your sensors. And what he was telling me was that when you plug your scanner in, it connects the ground to those two, and that's probably why it's starting. So let's do that. I just heard something wake up. So Dave, I'm going to move out of the way, Dave. And you just shoot right up here, and you're going to show them that ALDL connector and that paper clip in there. See the paper clip and the connector? Alright, there you go. Right there. Okay? Alright. And this baby's gonna start. Now, that's not fixed. They've got a ground on the main engine, ground underneath. I'm gonna pull the wiring diagram again. My buddy told me which one it was, and I've already forgotten. I'm gonna pull the wiring diagram, get a picture of that diagram, which ground it is, lift the car up, find it, reconnect it, and then verify that we've got this car fixed. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back on this 2008 Honda Civic no start ground issue. Hunting for that ground. Pulled my wiring diagram up and looking right here. I blew it up for you. It's the G101 left rear of engine compartment, main ground, yellow, brown, black wire coming to it, and another yellow, brown wire right here. Show you where I found that. That was quite interesting. So follow me out here. Before I get to that, you can see, like I said, they put a motor in this. The coil nuts are missing. There's bolts missing all over this thing. I'm going to have to inform them of that. But this G101 ground, and if you're looking for wires, it's going to kill you. Try to find it. But there's this big wiring harness right back here. And coming through it, man, this is a hard shot to get, Dave. Right underneath this thing, it wasn't bolted in. There's a ground coming through this connector, and the bolt's missing in this complete assembly anyway. It's right there, so I don't have a bolt that they came with, but I got my own that I made here. I grounded it already earlier, and the car starts right up. So we got to get this wire grounded. It's got a washer and a lock washer on it. Let me see. Yeah, I just ran the ground wire to confirm it earlier that we had a fix. I got to grab a ratchet. Sure, I'm getting tight. Alright, there we are. Alright, let's hit the key, see what happens. So there you have it. If you're get one in, somebody's put a motor in, and you connect the scan tool to it, and it runs. Check your power and grounds at your diagnostic connector. Bypass the 4 and the 5 pin. If it starts, you know you got the G101 grounds the issue. Find it. Took me a while to find that. Like I said, looking for a wire, you would have never seen a wire. But right in here, behind this coolant temperature sensor, and right there. And that's a fix. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you soon.